Welcome everybody. I'm Pratik, representing Vedavi Global Services, a specialist in providing support and services in BI and EPM space. We provide pre-sales support, health checkup and optimization, installation and configuration, upgrade and migration, support and maintenance, end-to-end implementation. Here is the agenda for the webinar today. I will be explaining you what are the OBI system administration tasks, OBI system logical architecture, Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition tuning, OBI backup and recovery. So here we go. First of all, I will take a point that what are the system administration tasks you should know if you are an OBI administrator. Configuring a system for deployment after installation, configuring metadata and content general preferences and default system settings are in this. Starting and stopping the system when required. It means bringing the system up and down during system maintenance tasks. Third is configuring security. It means securing access to the Oracle Business Intelligence system, metadata and the data which is available, configuring secure socket layers and single sign-on, and integration with the identity management system. Fourth point is scaling out. Scaling out and configuring for high availability. So in this we have configuring the Oracle Business Intelligence system for linear scale out and identifying and removing single points of failures. So these are the administration tasks you will find in OBI. So my fifth point is managing performance and availability, monitoring service levels and tuning performance is there, managing and resolving issues, moving a system from test to production, means managing the steps from moving a test to production environment, backing up and recovering data, means preparing for and recovering from unexpected events, so you can have a backup and recover. These are the tasks in which the administration is there. So I'll be explaining you next OBI system logical architecture. OBI system logical architecture depends on this diagram. Oracle Business Intelligence on a single host and enterprise install. First of all, you need to know OBI installation types. From that you can judge the logical architecture. So here we have three installations types in OBI called simple installation, enterprise installation, software only installation. In simple install type, it install OBI components but it doesn't install managed server with this type. Enterprise install type, it will install OBI components, it will install managed server to scale out an existing enterprise deployment of OBI. Here you will get new option called scale out. We have third type of installation called software only install, in which you will have software binary files in an existing middleware home for later configuration. It is useful if your goal is to have multiple products share that binary files from a common middleware home if you need to have to share. So these are the three types of installation in which you can have OBI installed. So I'm explaining the logical structure for a single host and enterprise install. You can install OBI on a single host using either an enterprise install type or a simple install type. So in front of you, the architecture slightly depend on install type, that is enterprise install. So it will have some components installed like Java component, administration server, managed server, node manager, system components. I'll explain you this one by one. Java component, what Java component will be resides, it deploys JEE application to the service like SOAP, HTTP and other forms of requests. Administration server is deployed as a JEE container, Java Enterprise Edition container that runs in a dedicated Java virtual machine that contains Java components for administrating the systems. These components include Oracle WebLogic Server Administration Console, or you can have JMX, MBeans. Third, managed server. Managed server is also a component of enterprise install, in which what the managed server will be doing deploying as JE container, which runs in a dedicated Java virtual machine, and it provides the runtime environment for the Java based services and applications within the systems. Node manager, we have node manager here, provides process management services for the administration server and managed server processes. System components, there are system components which are present in the enterprise installation. It is deployed as a server processes and provide the core services that enable Oracle Business Intelligence, including OPMN, Oracle Process Manager, and Notification Server. OPMN is also included in the enterprise installation. It maintains the OBI system component processes. So the diagram shows the Oracle Business Intelligence system architecture on a single host for an enterprise install type. So we also have other domain contents, like includes all the necessary software like metadata, configuration files, repository files, Oracle BI presentation catalog, connection and database configuration information that are required to run an OBI system. So likewise, we have all components in enterprise installation. So this is the system logical architecture for enterprise installation. We'll move further. Here I have given a diagram of architecture, logical architecture for single host and simple installation. So the architecture for the simple install type is similar to that enterprise install type, but there are some differences that I will outline here. The node manager is not installed in simple install. All components that are part of the managed server in an enterprise install type are instead part of the administration server, I think. The managed server is not installed in simple installation. So these are the differences between both. Here I have Oracle Business Intelligence on multiple hosts. You can have OBI on multiple hosts. As earlier I told you, the scale out option is there in the enterprise installation. So from that you should know, you should think that multiple host is going to be achieved with the help of only the enterprise installation type. So you can have a guess. If you perform enterprise installation, then OBI can be installed and configured in the multiple hosts. In figure, they have shown the Java components WebLogic server domain and the system components BI instance are clustered on each host as part of the single BI domain. As you can see here, host 1 and host 2 they have presented, and the cluster system components BI instance they have presented. So this is the multiple host system logical architecture. Now coming to the part of OBI tuning. So why the tuning needs? So tuning means performance. Tuning means performance. One of the most challenging aspects of the performance tuning is knowing where to begin. So why tuning is needed? Tuning is needed because if suppose a user fires a query and he is getting the result from he has been waiting from long time. So this is not the way that the output should be. So there should be tuning so that the performance will be increased and the output will be as soon as possible. You must monitor and track specific performance issues within your application to understand where tuning can improve performance. The performance plan should be addressed the current performance requirements, the existing issues such as bottlenecks or insufficient hardware resources, and any anticipated variances in load users or processes. So these are the basic points of OBI tuning. I'll be explaining more in further slides. So I've put in this screenshot where you can have a tracking system. This is the enterprise manager console of 11G or you can say Fusion middleware control of OBI 11G. So here you can see here active sessions, how much active sessions are there, current still running. Request processing time, how much request processing time is taking if your user fires a query. Requests per minute, how much users are going are hitting the server for the requests. So here is the palette. You can see here, you can track the how much users are there or request processing time. Likewise, components we will be having in enterprise manager console. So this will be a step for the tuning. So I have a performance monitor in which they have shown the Oracle BI process files access, how much files are currently going, how much value they are give, the comments for that value, Oracle BI caches. So suppose I have counter name cleanups, instance accounts, type counter, value 7, the number of cleanup passes that have finished. So it will show you the monitoring of the processes, that how much processes are running, how much processes have taken for a single component. Like that you can track with the help of performance management perfmon command in the OBI. So this will be helpful you for to achieve the OBI tuning. So I have some areas as follows for the tuning, that are hardware resources, operating system, database connections, data source statement, caching, logging levels. I'll be explaining you this one by one in a short. Hardware resources. So it ensures that your hardware resources meet or exceed the application's resource requirements to maximize the performance. So we have operating system here. Each operating system has native tools like utilities that can be useful for monitoring purposes. So we have database tuning. In database tuning, you can have for applications that access a database, ensure that your database is properly configured to support your application's requirement. In database connection, ensure the pooling the connection so that they are reused important tuning connection. So you should have the connection pool, such as you can use that connection pool for next repositories also, so that you can have a database connection. So likewise you can have tuning in the OBI. So these are the precautions taken while developing the repositories or anything in the OBI. So we have data source statement caching, in which for suppose applications that use database, you can lower the performance impact of repeated statement, parsing and creation by the configuration statement, caching properly. So you can have that. Logging levels. Logging levels are thresholds that a system administrator sets to control how much information is logged. So likewise you can have these all performance areas you can tune, and you can have a good performance in the OPI. Monitoring. What monitoring? Monitoring means, as earlier told you, monitoring is the first step of the OBI tuning, because without monitoring you can't tune your OBI. In monitoring you will have, as I earlier told you, performance monitoring is the command where you can have a web browser, and in that you can use this performance monitoring, or in enterprise manager 11G Fusion middleware control, in which you have a palette called monitoring palette. In that you can see how much users are there, how much user processes are running, or you can have the session timings, timeouts, you can monitor in that. So because of the first step of the OBI tuning, the monitoring is there. That's why you need to monitor this OBI. Space management and capacity management, these are the two main basic concepts for OBI tuning. Space management, I'll tell you what space management is. The user that places a load the OBI system are those who are actually performing processing. These users are termed as concurrent users. So the hardware assumptions are based on capacity of the Oracle OBI components, not on the databases. Good query performance generally assumes good database design or aggregation strategies. Suppose I have an example. A small size system can be categorized as less than 3,000 total users. I have 32-bit CPU, 4 cores with the recommended 2 GB of RAM per core, and I have less than 1200 concurrent users. So in small size we can have these scenarios. So if you will use these scenarios in small size system, you will have good OBI tuning, or you will have the performance increased. Suppose I have a medium sized system, so I will have x86 CPU for 16 cores with the recommended 2 GB of RAM per core, 1200 to 5000 concurrent users. But here note, a core is equivalent to CPU. Modern server processors include one CPU that may include 2 or more cores. So if suppose I have a large size system, I will use x86 CPU 16 plus cores with the recommended 2 GB RAM per core, and I will have concurrent users more than 5000 users, so that you can have large size system. So if you use these scenarios in your environment, so you can have your OBI tuning best. I have shown here the screenshot in which you can have a look in which enterprise manager, in enterprise manager we have a capacity management. In capacity management, you'll go, if you'll go for performance, you will have some options like enable BI server cache. If you will enable the cache, you can have a good repo with the queries, those which are fired by the users. If suppose that query found in a cache, so the performance will be increased because the cache has same query earlier hitted. So we have a global cache, we have user session expiry, so you can set here user session expiry on which OBI tuning is performed, maximum number of rows processed when recording a table view. The number of rows, it depends also on number of rows, how much you are going to fetch at the time of reporting, so that the performance is decreased. Large number of rows, performance will decrease. The less number of rows, or if you have used aggregations or you have used materialized views which stores the aggregate data already and then they calculate, so you can have a good performance at the time of low rows performing. So how to improve the performance of the OBI? So I have steps to improve performance: implement caching mechanism, use aggregation. Aggregation using means already you have to aggregate the data, and then if you will perform the calculation, you will get the best results. Turn off the logging. In OBI we have a logging mechanism in which you will, suppose I have found an error while developing the RPD or while developing the report, so there are some logging levels 0, 1, 2, 3, so on which you can have the error, knowing how the error has shown the level. On the 0th level it will show only the less text that like this is the problem. In 1 it will show deep error. In if you set 2, so it will show you the actually what the problem is. So if the logging level is increased, so the tuning will decreased. So that's why turn off the logging level. You can have a log 0 and you can simply read the error and you can find the error out. Setting query limits. Set the query limits. Suppose a single user is firing the query 100 in a 10 minutes, so set the query limits to him. Setting the NQS config parameters. In NQS config parameters, this is the file in the OBI in which you can have some parameters. You can set some parameters for that. So use materialized views if possible. As I told you, materialized views calculate the data already, so that you can have good results. Carry out calculations in the database itself. Don't carry out the calculations in repositories or reports, so that you can have a good repo with the query and the BI server. So here I have put in one screenshot for identity store configuration, in which I have a custom property called optimize search, and that I have uh, given value as true. So if suppose you set this optimize search true, so it will search the reports in the presentation catalogs, that it will optimize the search. This is the command to optimize the search. So while coming back to OBI backup and recovery, this is the new point I'm going to explain you. OBI backup and recovery. You should backup your entire Oracle Fusion middleware environment at once, then periodically. If a loss occurs, you can restore your environment to a consistent state. While after doing installation and configuration, just go for a backup, because suppose anything happens, you can have a backup and you can recover that file. Recovery strategies enable you to recover from critical failures that involve actual data loss. So I have an overview of backup strategies. So backup strategies, we have two types of backups, like online backup and offline backup. So what is offline backup? It means that you must shut down the environment before backing up the files. When you perform offline backup, the administration server and all managed server in the domain and all system components in the domain, the Oracle instances, should be shut down at the time of offline backup. At the time of online backup, it means that you do not shut down the environment before backing up the files. To avoid an inconsistent backup, do not make any configuration changes until the backup is completed. You can perform backups on your full Oracle Fusion middleware environment on the runtime artifacts, which are those files that change frequently. Artifacts are those which changes frequently. So we have backup artifacts also. So in backup artifacts, it includes static files and directories and runtime artifacts. So what is the static file directories and runtime artifacts? Static file directories are those that do not change frequently. These includes middleware home. We have middleware home at the time installation and configuration. After that, you can see the middleware home. It consists of WebLogic server home, Oracle home. It also contains user projects directories, which are non-static files. So what is runtime artifacts? These are those files that change frequently. Backup these files when you perform a full backup on a regular basis. So we have next point, overview of recovery strategies, in which we have types of recoveries. So I will tell you the overview of recovery strategies. Recovery strategies enable you to recover from critical failures that involve actual data loss. Depending upon the type of the loss, they can involve recovering any combination of types of files. So the files can be Oracle software files, configuration files, Oracle system files, application artifacts. So in types of recovery, we have some types like the middleware home, WebLogic server domain, WebLogic server administration server. You can recover your Oracle Fusion middleware environment with these part: WebLogic server managed servers, Oracle homes, Oracle instance home. So these are the types of the recovery: the Oracle middleware home, WebLogic server domains, Oracle homes, likewise. So we have some recommendation of backup strategy through the Oracle, that is perform a full offline backup. This involves backing up the entities like immediately after you install Oracle Fusion middleware, take the backup. Immediately before upgrading your Oracle Fusion middleware environment, take the backup. Immediately after operating system software upgradation is there, so take the backup. Before Immediately after upgrading or patching Oracle Fusion middleware, you should have your backup with you. So next is perform on online backup of runtime artifacts. This involves backing up the runtime artifacts. It enables you to restore your environment to a consistent state as of the time of your most recent configuration and metadata backup. To avoid an inconsistent backup, do not make any configuration changes until backup completes. So we have some recommendation for recovery strategies also. Your Oracle Fusion middleware environment must be offline while you are performing recovery. Rename important existing files and directories before you begin restoring the files from backup so that you do not unintentionally overwrite these necessary files. Although in some cases it may appear that only one or two files are lost or corrupted, you should restore the directory structure for the entire element, such as an Oracle instance home or domain, rather than just restoring or 1-2 files. In this way, you are more likely to guarantee a successful recovery. So I have the last slide in which I have shown you the path of the OBI backup and recovery, in which suppose Oracle Fusion middleware installed and configuration completed. So it will go to the full offline backup of Oracle Fusion middleware. If you have running Fusion middleware, then it will have ask major changes you have upgraded or you have patched. If yes, go for full offline. If no, then it's okay. If you have, if the administrative changes, the administration has changes something in Oracle middleware, Fusion middleware control, so go for the online backup, because you can't shut down the system. Go for the online backup runtime artifacts, or go regularly schedule your backup. Or if you don't want to regularly schedule your backup, it will go to the direct running state and it will get the online backup runtime artifacts. So thanks for participating in the webinar. We will look forward to see you again in the upcoming webinar for Vedabi Global Services. Please contact us for any query related to BI APM space to email and mobile numbers available on the contact us slide. Have a great time.